Bears right now, the way I see it, we're an explosive offense. Explosive isn't always good.
Mm-hmm.
Explosive is inconsistent. Explosive doesn't mean that you're going to get what you need when you need it. It means you're dangerous. We are extremely dangerous because of the quarterback and inconsistent and unable to come through in the moments when we need it, because those are the moments where talent wins out. Talent wins out in the big moments when they're playing man coverage, when they're saying, it's you against me. This snap is for the game, and you need to beat me. The less talented team usually doesn't come out on top.
That's rough, man. It's rough. Like, I agree with you on that sense. Like, I do believe it's an explosive offense that you just can't really always count on when you need it to, especially in the second half where it was very evident today. And it's like, man, like Montgomery too, dude. Like, Montgomery's a fighter for those yards and everything. But like, why in the fuck is Tristan Ebner like getting a lot of the carries that Montgomery should have been? And I hated the fact that the broadcast was like talking about Montgomery and like, oh, Herbert's out, Montgomery's getting this increased role, and look at him, he's making the most of it. Like, dude, do people not realize that Montgomery's been like the workhorse back for the last 3 years at least for the Bears? Like, I'm sorry, but you can use him a little bit better. So I guess my biggest issue is the way that players are being used, and then also the play calls that are being made, like in certain situations where I feel like Getsy's kind of getting a little bit too comfortable with, okay, Fields can get me a couple yards here, and like that's crucial, especially like on a first or second down where even if the play breaks down to shit from what he had designed, Fields will probably still be able to accelerate, hit the corner, and pick up a couple yards, or he'll break tackles and be able to pick up a couple yards and then shorten third down, where it's like, you know what? You can't always rely on that because, first of all, you're going to get your quarterback killed, number one, because you're doing that all game long or doing design runs all game long. But number two, like the defense is starting to sniff that out, and it's like, you probably are better off just going for like, I don't know, like anything else other than a designed run every single fucking play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you see first down, run, second down, run, third down, just to do something. I mean, that's how it felt this game for a lot of this game. And like another thing that I think of on the like explosive, not consistent standpoint is like that becomes so volatile. Like Fields misses the deep ball to Mooney in the first quarter. That ball ends up being punted. That possession gets punted. It's like that's how volatile it is, though. You miss one play, and everything changes because of it. Because you don't have an offense that can go march down the field consistently like that.
Yeah, and I think too, like the playmakers weren't necessarily making plays today. Like Kokomet had a few in there, Mooney had a few in there, Montgomery had a few in there. But other than that, it was like the offense didn't look too positive at points. I know, like I said, previous Bears teams, we would have killed to have 24 points, but you knew this game was going to be a shootout. You knew it was probably going to be a one-possession game. And even towards the end, the defense got not necessarily a stop, but like we're not going to give you a touchdown. We're not going to let you kick a field goal as time expires, right? Like they got the stop. We saved our timeouts. We gave that opportunity to Fields. And I think Getsy just said, hey, you know what? Fuck it. We already lost. Like, Fields is kind of dead right now. I don't know what I'm going to play. And on the first play, he calls a fucking QB draw. And I'm like, are we a serious team or are we not a serious team? And, of course, the Bears end up not being able to convert and extending the game because Justin Fields threw an interception. And like you said, Quentin, another play that goes off David Montgomery's hands, and not really an interception that you can necessarily pin on Fields, but it's like at a certain point it has to end. Like we have to get the right guys around this guy and make sure that he's able to finish these drives and give us that game-winning touchdown drive. Like I swear to God, it's been 4 or 5 times this year where we've gotten that ball in that same situation where it's like, okay, we have Justin Fields. We may not have the best players around him, but give him an opportunity to go down there and win the game.
Yeah, and I mean that interception, like
It's
the thing
on
with
Monty. You got to catch
so
the
many
fucking ball.
interceptions is it's on Monty, it's on the pass blocking, it's on Fields. You know, it's on everybody involved in that play. Like, you know, yeah, Fields left the ball high. In a perfect world, he hits Monty on the numbers. You know, in a perfect world, the pass blocking is there. In the perfect world, David Montgomery makes a fingertip catch. You know, it's on all three. What degree you choose to weigh heavier, that's just hearsay. You know, it's whoever wants to put it on this guy, put it on that guy, that's fine. But the reality is, your passing offense is utterly broken. You know, like you don't trust the entire process of throwing the football right now. You don't trust the O line to hold up, to give a clean pocket on a play-to-play basis. You can't trust them to win 80% of their dropbacks. And league average is probably somewhere around 90. Like, you know, you don't trust the wide receivers to get separation, to run their routes correctly, to, you know, even if you're trying to go quick game, you don't trust them to get that separation within the first 3 yards of the route. Like, what are we doing here talking about field passing ability? There's nothing out there for him to work with. And where on earth is Chase Claypool? Like, what is happening?
How many
Like,
snaps do you think he played today? Even
I don't know. I think he had like 15 in the first half out of like
they
30.
may have thrown him the ball like 2 or 3 times.
He had one that was like a nice first down or chain mover, but like other than that, he was like irrelevant. It felt like.
Yeah, teams are just saying we take away Mooney, and all we have to worry about is Komet. Like, still, that's all you're sitting here saying.